Picture this. A small village near Bani Suef in Egypt. It's 2015, about 7 a.m. Everything's quiet, that early morning calm. Najat Al-Kilani is opening her little grocery store, just like any other day. The routine, the community feel, it all seems perfectly normal.
Mm-hmm. Business as usual.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So half an hour goes by, maybe 7:30. Najat's busy, asks the neighbor, "Hey, can you run over and wake up my kids? Aya, who's 8, and Mohamed, 5, for breakfast."
Okay. Seems normal enough.
The neighbor goes, knocks on the door, waits, knocks again, nothing.
Just figures they're sleeping in, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the neighbor just heads back to the store.
Yeah.
But that quiet, it wasn't sleep.
No, something had already happened hours before. So another 30 minutes pass. It's around 8 a.m. now. Najat decides, okay, I'll go myself.
She closes the shop for a bit, walks home, opens the door.
Yeah.
And the world just stops. The living room. It's a scene of absolute horror.
Both children dead.
And the violence.
That's
It was extreme, mutilated, blood everywhere. It wasn't just killing, it was designed to obliterate. But here's the truly jarring part. Najat doesn't collapse. She doesn't scream in grief.
No. What does she do?
She screams all right. Loudly. An accusation. For the whole village to hear. It was the inheritance. They did it because of the inheritance.
Wow. Right out of the gate. That's something.
It is. And that immediate specific accusation, it points everyone in one direction, doesn't it? A family feud. Money.
Exactly. It's the perfect pre-packaged motive. But the scene itself, the physical evidence inside that room, it told a completely different story, a much, much darker, more intimate one.
So that's our mission today, right? To unpack this. Who stages a scene like that? Who sits with their murdered children for hours, planning how to perform the discovery?
Right. This wasn't just rage. This feels like a problem being dealt with coldly.
Okay, let's dig into Najat Al-Kilani herself. The sources paint a picture of someone, well, lacking much in the way of conscience, or even basic maternal feelings, driven purely by money, by materialism.
It starts early, doesn't it? Her first marriage.
Yeah, married at 19. By 22, she's divorced. Why? Apparently her greed was just too much for the husband.
And the most telling detail from that first marriage.
The child. A daughter, 1.5 years old. When Najat got divorced, she just walked away. Left the little girl completely.
Abandoned her. Left her to be raised by the ex-husband's family. No contact.
It's like the child was just an inconvenient reminder of a failed investment or something.
Chilling. And it didn't take her long to find a new target, did it?
Nope. 6 months later, 6 months after leaving her daughter, she meets Haj Ramadan. He's 62, wealthy, has property, shops, but in a different village further away.
And she made sure he was wealthy before marrying him. This wasn't romance. This was a calculated business move.
Absolutely. But his family saw right through it, didn't they?
Oh, immediately. His eldest son, Ahmed, and other relatives, they distrusted her from day one, saw her as an opportunist, exploiting an older man.
But she pressed on. She had a plan.
She did. And that plan involved children, but maybe not in the way you'd normally think.
Right. First, she has Aya. Then Mohamed, the crucial male heir in that context.
And then she makes her big move.
She persuades Haj Ramadan, her elderly husband, to sign over 2 major assets directly into the names of these 2 young children.
Not into her name, into the kid's name.
Exactly. The grocery store, the one she was running, and half of the family house. Big assets.
Okay, stop there for a second. This is absolutely critical. On the surface, it looks like she's securing her children's future.
Right. Makes sense.
But think deeper. Yes, it absolutely inflamed the conflict with Ahmed, the older son. He felt cheated, his inheritance diverted.
Which is exactly what she wanted people to see.
Precisely. She wasn't just getting the assets secured. She was deliberately creating and amplifying the family feud. She was building her future alibi, years in advance.
So the inheritance motive she screamed about later, she literally manufactured it years before.
That's how it looks. She created the perfect scapegoat narrative. If anything happened to the kids, everyone would immediately blame Ahmed and the inheritance dispute. Well, it's diabolically clever in a horrifying way.
Truly chilling. So, fast forward. Haj Ramadan eventually dies of natural causes. He was 71. Najat takes over the shop, lives in the house. Technically, it all belongs to the kids now.
And with her husband gone and the assets seemingly secure through the children, her behavior changes. The calculation maybe gives way to indulgence?
Yeah, it seems like it. She starts a secret life. There's this guy, Naba Awad Abd al-Muttalib, 40 years old, married, 5 kids of his own, a regular customer at her shop.
And it starts how? Just flirting.
Apparently, excessive flirting at the store. which then escalates into a full-blown affair.
Okay, so how secret could it really be in a small village?
Well, they had this method. It sounds completely wild. For 18 months, Naba supposedly visited Najat's house almost every day.
Daily. For 18 months.
Not through the front door. He'd climb over the surrounding rooftops, like jumping from roof to roof, then slipping into her house through a back way.
You're kidding. Rooftop rendezvous.
That's the story. Trying desperately to keep it hidden.
But come on. In a village environment, surely people knew.
Oh, they did. Or at least Ahmed, the stepson, definitely knew. He saw what was going on.
And he wasn't happy about it.
Not at all. He felt Najat was dishonoring the family name, his father's memory, and putting his young half-siblings, Aya and Mohamed, in a compromised position.
Dishonorable environment.
Did he do anything?
He confronted Naba directly. Even spoke to Naba's family, apparently, telling them to make him stop.
And Naba's reaction?
Publicly denied everything, of course. But privately. The affair continued. Often right there in Najat's living room, while Aya and Mohamed were asleep just in the next room.
That proximity, that's just waiting for disaster, isn't it?
It was. And one night, it happened. Late. Najat and Naba are together in the living room.
Doing what they do.
Right. And the noise wakes up Mohamed, the 5-year-old. Oh, no.
He walks into the living room, sees his mother, sees Naba. He's confused, obviously.
Yeah.
But he knows Naba shouldn't be there.
And what does he say?
He says. He tells him he's going to tell Ahmed, his older half-brother, in the morning.
That one sentence, the threat of exposure. For Naba, that's ruin, his marriage, his reputation, gone. For Najat, maybe even worse, the carefully built facade crumbles.
Panic sets in. Pure, absolute panic. Naba grabs a knife. Sources say it was just nearby, available.
And then
He kills Mohamed
right there.
in front of Najat.
And Najat.
Sits there, motionless, doesn't intervene, doesn't scream, just watches.
The brutality, too,
Yeah.
separating the head, that feels like more than just silencing him. It feels like creating a spectacle, something so monstrous it deflects suspicion from a simple affair gone wrong, points back to that feud narrative.
But it wasn't over. The noise, the struggle, it woke up Aya, the 8-year-old daughter.
Oh, God, she saw.
She saw Naba. She saw what happened to her brother.
And Najat, what does the mother do now? Her daughter is witnessing this horror.
This is the part that's almost impossible to comprehend. Najat looks at Naba and tells him he has to kill Aya too.
She orders him to kill her daughter.
Yes, because Aya saw. Aya was a witness. She would reveal everything. Najat demanded her silence.
So Naba, he kills Aya as well, the same horrific way, in front of her mother, on her mother's command.
That's the account. Once it was done, they must have quickly agreed on the cover story, the inheritance feud. Naba then leaves the way he came, over the rooftops, gone.
Leaving Najat alone in the house.
Alone with the bodies of her 2 children. And this is where the timeline gets truly disturbing. Naba leaves around 2 a.m. Najat doesn't discover the bodies until 7 a.m.
Wait, she stays in the house with them for 5 hours?
For 5 hours. Not calling police, not running out screaming immediately. She sits there, calculating, planning, refining her story, her performance.
Most people would be hysterical, in shock, fleeing. She stays and plans. That level of cold calculation is staggering.
Then, at 7 a.m., she leaves, goes to the shop, does the whole routine with the neighbor, and then executes the discovery scene at 8 a.m., running out, screaming about the inheritance.
But the investigators, they weren't buying it, were they? Not for long.
No. The forensic evidence just dismantled her story almost immediately.
What did they find?
Crucially, no signs of forced entry. No broken doors, no smashed windows, consistent with Naba sneaking in via the roofs, not some external attacker breaking in.
Right. A feud-driven killer wouldn't likely use the roof route. They'd make a statement, break down the door, and what else?
No theft. Nothing was missing from the house. Robbery wasn't the motive. This pointed away from intruders and toward someone known, someone already inside or let in.
Okay, so no forced entry, no robbery, anything else.
The biggest piece, medical examiner. The time of death was estimated to be around 2 a.m.
Which is a full 6 hours before Najat claimed she found them, and 5 hours before she even left the house that morning.
Exactly. It proved she was there when it happened, or at the very least, knew about it long before her supposed discovery. She was caught in a massive lie about the timeline.
So the inheritance feud theory pretty much collapses right there.
Completely.
Yeah.
Investigators shifted focus immediately. Her strange calmness, the affair with Naba, which was, common knowledge, despite the rooftop antics.
It all started pointing towards her and Naba.
They bring Najat back in for more questioning. Faced with the timeline, the lack of forced entry, Her story falls apart. She confesses.
Confesses to what, exactly?
She admits Naba was there, admits the affair, but she blames him entirely. Says he killed both children.
Okay, so they arrest Naba.
They do. He denies everything at first, standard denial. But under pressure, confronted with Najat's statement, he breaks too. He confesses.
He confesses to the murders.
Yes, but here's the final twist. Their confessions don't perfectly align.
How so?
Naba admits he killed Mohamed, the boy who woke up first and threatened exposure. But he insists, he adamantly insists, that it was Najat herself who killed Aya. The mother killed her own daughter.
He claims Najat carried out the second murder, after ordering him to do it.
That's his claim. He says he only killed Mohamed in panic, and Najat, realizing Aya was a witness, took the knife and killed her daughter herself.
Wow. So we have conflicting confessions on the second murder. Who do the investigators believe?
Well, the sources suggest that given everything they knew about Najat abandoning her first child, the years of cold financial calculation, her explicit demand that Aya be silenced, they couldn't just dismiss Naba's accusation against her. It was plausible, terrifyingly so. It's just an abyss of betrayal, isn't it? Greed led to the affair. The affair led to the risk of exposure. And that risk led to annihilation, sacrificing her children to protect herself.
Whether she physically killed Aya or just ordered it, the moral culpability is immense. The ready-made inheritance alibi, crafted years before, it suggests a mind capable of extreme foresight in service of self-preservation.
So the final question lingers, doesn't it?
It does. Najat needed that inheritance feud story. She built it carefully. Was the horrific end a sudden, panicked reaction to Mohamed waking up, a desperate attempt to cover tracks in the moment?
Or
was it always heading here? Was this the inevitable conclusion of a long-term calculation?
Oh.
Were the children ultimately just assets that became liabilities needing to be liquidated when they threatened her freedom and reputation?
a truly disturbing thought to leave you with as you reflect on this deep dive.